I'm a full-time artist. I've painted upwards of 600 paintings, but every once in a while I paint one that just sucks. I mean, it just doesn't live up to my expectations. And it's difficult to deal with. I mean, failure is a part of being an artist and it's a part of learning. And some people will say, well, your failures teach you the best lessons. So they are really the best things that can happen to you when it comes to developing your skill and your craft as an artist. But it's easier said than done when it comes to wrapping your mind around that and having that knowledge kind of be your go-to when you have a failure. And even now to this day, whenever I fail on a piece, I'm just kind of disappointed with myself and I feel let down for the next day or so after it. So in this video, I'm going to discuss how to deal with failure as an artist. I want to tell you a story. So back in 2019, I had a local NBC station come to my art gallery. They wanted to film me and put me on a segment of the local news about a local business. And it was so exciting. I was like thrilled about this, but also a little scared actually, because I'm a shy person. I mean, it doesn't look like it from all the YouTube videos I do, but I don't really like to have an audience while I paint. I'm not used to that. I'm used to just painting and maybe I'll have a video camera in there, but there's not like a lot of people watching. And so it was difficult for me to kind of go into this. So I had kind of some trepidation, but I also had a lot of excitement because, hey, I was going to get on the news. They came and filmed me for about 2 hours. And eventually I started getting into the flow of it and it wasn't quite as bad. I wasn't as nervous. But overall, I wasn't in the normal headspace that I would be when creating a painting. And after all of this, I was just so disappointed with how the painting turned out and it was going to be on TV. The whole thing was just kind of cringeworthy. So needless to say, I came back home and I tried to work on the painting for another day and it wouldn't work. I got so frustrated with the whole thing. I took it and I threw it out in the trash can behind my house. So I was done. I was just like fed up. Sometimes it gets like that with a painting. If you're an artist and you're watching this, you've probably experienced something like this at one point or another when creating a piece of artwork. And so yeah, sometimes the best thing to do is just let it all out. And for me, that letting it out was going and throwing it in the trash can. I never wanted to see that horrible painting again. I wanted to forget about the interview. I wanted to forget about my failure as an artist, right? I just wanted to move on with my life. So Greg, my husband, he saw it later on in the week in the trash can as he was taking out the trash. And of course, he rescued it and then proceeded to hang it out in the garage. And so then I saw it there later and I was like, oh, and cringing again. And he said something to me like, yeah, well, I don't see what's really all that wrong with it. I mean, it looks good to me and it's our cat, so I'm keeping it. So let's go out there. I want to show you this real quick. So we're in the garage. Here is the painting in question. As you can see, it is not very good. I even have some areas of it covered up in white because I hated the way it looked and I was trying to fix it, so I would cover it up in white to repaint it. It just never turned out the way I wanted it to. But the awesome thing is, I never realized this when Greg saved it from the trash, but like, okay, I always drive my van and every time I pull in and out of the garage, I can see this painting like right in front of me. What I couldn't have predicted is that me seeing that painting helped to desensitize me to how bad I thought it was. So this is one of my tips. If you have a failure art piece that you just, you absolutely hated, I would suggest putting it somewhere that you might actually see it again every once in a while. It doesn't have to be in a main wall of your house, but somewhere like your garage or maybe a closet, somewhere that you will see it from time to time, because it might help you have a different perspective on the painting later. I also want to show you something else. So this is the painting that I made the second time. So what I did was I threw that other one in the trash, but I still wanted to paint that image of my cat Carmen because I love her and she was in a really cute pose. And so I made this one in my studio without any pressure of people watching me or filming me. And I just love how it turned out. She's got the sweetest little face. And so the lesson in this is that sometimes if you have a painting that you really just don't think turned out well, try to paint it again because the next time it could turn out awesome. And then you'd feel a lot more confident about your skills and your ability to fix your problems in the future. Or you could just continue to try to repaint over the painting that you created in the first place. But sometimes, I mean, it's easier just to start over. Of course, I've got my little helper in here. What are you doing? You don't need to look out the window right now. You need to look at the camera. He's like, I seriously don't care about the camera. Mr. Samadi hates the camera. He wants his window back. Lastly, if you keep having failure after failure, then you might think about stepping up your skill level as an artist. There's all sorts of websites that you can learn how to do different artistic processes with, like Domestika has courses. You can also do free videos from YouTube. I love that way to learn. Or you can take in-person classes at, let's say, a recreation center or some other art center in your area. Regardless of the way that you choose to learn, learning new art skills has really lessened the amount of times I fail. And this makes me feel better about myself as an artist. So yeah, learning is a great thing. I also created a video about how to deal with rejection as an artist. You might find it helpful if you found this video helpful, so you can watch it here. All right, thank you so much for watching. See you next time.